Will you please be upstanding for Dame Edna Everett?
Yes.
But Michael's not here.
Oh, darling, I thought this was going to be This Is Your Life. I thought it was. I was all keyed up for it, viewers. I was when they said... We're wasting our time with this woman here.
I haven't been introduced.
This is Madge, Allsop, my bridesmaid.
Is it right?
Mr. O'Connor. Don't encourage her, Desmond. Don't encourage her. Sit down. No. You see, I was sure it was going to be This Is Your Life.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
No, well, you're not really. I adore you, little Desmond. And I've followed your career for years and years. Uphill and downhill. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. And I'll never forget that lovely song of yours, Dick-a-dum-dum. Dick-a-dum-dum.
You like that?
I love... When you won the Eurovision Song Contest, with that song...
I never won the Eurovision Song Contest.
With a song like that, you should have, darling. And then Careless Hands. Didn't you love that studio audience? And those careless hands, are they still careless?
Well, occasionally.
I like a man with a little bit of juice left in him. I do. I notice there's a bit on your tie, as a matter of fact. However...
By the way, I don't know, I'm a little hesitant. I don't know how to address you. Is it Edna? Is it Dame Edna? Is it...
Baroness. I want to be Baron. I'm not a Baroness, Desmond.
No.
But I'm going to be. And it's as well to be prepared so that when people call... When I really am a Baroness, I won't be taken aback. Margaret Thatcher told me that for about 2 years she heard people talking about Baroness and she didn't realise it was her. So I just want to get used to my title.
Yes.
So it's Baroness Edna, but you can call me Edna for short because I adore this little fellow. I really do. And we were meant to come together tonight because the stars tell us.
The stars?
I haven't ever said this before into any media, on any TV show, but I'm governed by the stars. And you're a Capricorn, am I right?
Yes, I am.
And I'm an Aquarian, and my moon is in its 4th house. And you are on the cusp of Uranus. Did you know that? You are, Desmond. And that's why we should be together on this programme, and we're going to make music together. I'm advised by my little astrological counsellor.
Who's that?
Mystic Madge. Yes.
Madge?
Yes, she has a few. Well, she's in touch with the spirits.
She looks like she's had a few.
Particularly methylated spirits when there's nothing else in the house. Look at her there. I've never seen her smile.
She's smiling.
She's smiling. This is a first. A first for the Desmond O'Connor show, viewers. What is she? Oh, she's reading that unsavoury book by my manager, Barry Humphries.
Barry, I've heard of him.
Oh, well...
Have you met him?
I see him from time to time. He collects his lavish percentage of my earnings and writes unsavoury books. Only women with a mind like Madge could enjoy them, I'm afraid. She's a bit of a raunchy old thing. I adored that man you had, that singer. Oh,
Michael.
Gorgeous, with the split ends. Didn't you love him? Didn't you? He was lovely. Mind you, ladies... Ladies, if you came out from under the dryer with hair like that, wouldn't you complain? I would. I'd probably sue them, but he was lovely, wasn't he?
He was charming, absolutely delightful.
Delightful.
I don't know what to talk about. There's so much we could talk about. Anything that you particularly wanted...
Well...
Can I probe?
You can probe. Up to a point you can, my darling. You can. It's an exciting life I lead, and I'm doing a lot of counselling now, Desmond.
Oh, that's interesting.
I've become a stress therapist. And
for anyone in particular?
Particularly the royal family.
Oh, this is interesting.
Well, I can mention a few things, but remember that they have sworn me to secrecy. So this is just between ourselves. This must go no further.
Who have you been helping?
Of course, you saw little Di on Panorama. I was in the background there.
You were there?
That blouse. You remember that blouse, ladies, that she was wearing? That was my blouse. I lent her that blouse. And I said, don't wear your jewels. Don't wear your jewels. Because, you know, considering the sum of money you're hoping for, I said, you've got to look a little bit poverty-stricken. I wanted her to dress in Madge's old frock. I did the eye makeup. I got a lot of criticism. I did Princess Di's eye makeup.
You did the makeup as well?
Yes, I did.
You
And
were
every
really
now and then, I held her jewels. I said, don't wear those. I looked after them. I was the only person she trusted with them. And every now and then, they stopped the cameras during that famous interview. And I stepped forward with a little eyedropper and put some little tears in her eyes, and I did. So it's something I like. And you know, we do things together, little Di and I. She won't mind me saying this, I don't think. We see this woman. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's called colonic irrigation. I don't know. Have you heard of it?
Oh, yes, I have heard of it.
We see this little colonic irrigator. Her name is Annabelle. And she's a delightful person, and we visit this woman and have the treatment, but we do it very, very secretly.
Yeah.
We do, Desmond, because we don't want the paparazzi and the reporters all hanging around the front door.
No.
We don't.
Or the back door.
No, we slip in the back way, we do. And, funnily enough, so does Annabelle. She does. You're spooky. You almost anticipated what I was going to say, Desmond. This is a very, very late night show, isn't it?
8 o'clock. It's late for her.
It's late for Madge.
Well, I'm really worried about it. Shall I just go over and say hello or talk to her?
No. She's popular enough. Do you know this woman is swamped by autograph hunters? I'm embarrassed. I go out tonight. When I leave these lovely, luxurious studios of yours, there'll be a swarm of rather spooky types of people, and they'll want her autograph. It hurts me a little bit. It's her they want. I was mystified. Viewers, studio audience, totally mystified by this phenomenon. And I asked one of them, I said, why is it? They said, oh, it's Camilla Parker Bowles, isn't it? You must admit it's uncanny, isn't it? It is. It is uncanny. But I think the reason they think it's Camilla is that she never speaks to the press. Never speaks to the press. She's silent.
She doesn't say a lot, does she?
Doesn't say much.
Has she ever done anything exciting in her life?
I bring excitement to this woman. Just living with me is excitement enough for her.
I can imagine. Does she do for you? Does she clean? Does she, like, dust and...
Oh, whenever I travel. You know, I travel a lot, as we do in our business. I tell the hotel, however luxurious it is, I say... Oh, there's a woman pointing at my legs. I say... I hope she's not a Channel 4 type of woman. She's probably pierced somewhere without us knowing. However, you know, I could never bring myself to get pierced. I couldn't. No. I went to Selfridges years ago because I wanted those earrings that you sort of popped in through the little holes there. And there was a counter there. It said, ears pierced while you wait. And I thought, well, it's so much easier than leaving them there over the weekend. They used a staple gun on me.
They do.
They pointed this gun at me. Well, and when it went off, I ducked, I'm afraid. And at that very moment, the manager of the soft furnishings was bending over. And very soon he had the facility for a diamante pendant. He did. But where was I?
We were
Oh,
discussing...
yes, when I go to these hotels, I say no room service. They're very surprised. I say I don't want anyone making the beds or cleaning the room. Madge does it. We travel with a vacuum cleaner.
Travel with a...
And she does it all. It's important for her. I don't want to...
There's a sense of purpose.
She'd soften up.
Yes.
She needs this discipline. She needs to feel that she's of service and of use.
Where did you find her?
Well, she was a little New Zealand waif who came to my school in Melbourne. And I took pity on this creature. Oh, and I've regretted that. She was wearing dreadful old clothes, you know, from New Zealand. I burnt them in the school playground.
Really?
I lent her some lovely things of mine. She's still wearing them. And you know, there was some... because this little cardigan that she was wearing was made of New Zealand sheep's wool that had been plucked off barbed wire. It was free-range wool. Yeah. And I have to say, it still had seeds in it and horrible little big jobs of sheep. And where we burnt that cardie, a kiwi fruit tree grew. It did. It was the first kiwi fruit tree in Australia.
That's very interesting.
Madge was carrying those seeds around with her.
Has there ever been a man in...
There was a husband. She was married. He passed away on her honeymoon. The marriage... The wedding... It's too sad. The wedding... Even I feel sorry for Madge when I tell this story. Yeah. Well... They had the honeymoon in New Zealand where they have the boiling mud springs.
Rotorua?
Yes, Rotorua. And Madge was taking a little snap of her husband, you know, hoping something might happen that night, you know. And he was leaning against a little fragile fence just over a boiling mud pool. And that was it. He toppled into that. We got a lovely snap of it, but I mean...
So you don't let her out any more than...
Well, I've felt responsible for her. There's a lovely side to me.
No, I can tell that.
Oh, yes. There's a lovely side to me.
What is your best quality, do you think?
Compassion, I think. And I think it's femininity. I think it's because women identify with me. They say Edna's a little bit naughty sometimes, gets a little bit wicked. But... at last, an intelligent woman on television. That's what they think because they're sick of the glamour pusses. I'm not a beauty. I'm a handsome woman. For example, if I'm in the street, quite a few heads turn, I can tell you that. And there are men who've written very, very raunchy things about me.
Can we talk about it?
No, we can't. We've said enough tonight. We've got about enough interview to fill a whole evening of Desmond O'Connor. And I'd like to thank you, Desmond O'Connor, and I'd like to thank all of our people listening. And I'd like to thank you for having me at your place. Good night.
Edna! Dame Edna!
Good night.
What about her? Is she all right?
Leave her there.
Put that